When I was living in Southern Illinois, I was living next to a guy, and don't laugh at my art. My self-talk about my art is, I'm the worst artist I know.
No, you know me.
And that seems to keep that right there. Anyway, true story. When I was in school getting my PhD, we lived in this student housing that was just about as horrible as you can imagine. But we liked it. We had some really good friends there. And across the hall from us was a guy who we became very good friends with. He and his wife, and they had some kids the same age as our kids. And he got cluster headaches every day. Does anyone know what a cluster headache is? Have any of you had a cluster headache? He said, and I have no idea how this must be, but he said it was like a migraine times 10. Right behind his eyes. He said he had a gun under his bed, and if it got any worse, he was just going to end it because it was so unbearable. And he was a really, really smart guy. He worked in the IT department of the university there, and he was also in the military. And he had gone to every possible, it was in Southern Illinois, he'd gone to everywhere in Illinois and everywhere in Missouri trying to get help for his cluster headaches. Nobody could help him. And, I mean, he had tried everything that you could think of that was medically oriented. Nothing touched it. And he just happened to work in an office where there was a lady from China. Not that you have to be from China to do acupuncture, but she said that she knew how to do acupuncture. And so he was at that point where people get where you say, I'll try anything. You know how people get to that point where nothing else is working, I'll try anything no matter how. And this guy was very medical model oriented. But he was so sick of the pain, he said, I'll try anything. And so he told me about it. He said, I'm going to get acupuncture done. And I had never seen it before. And I thought, can I watch? And he said, sure. And so so here's the thing. His name was Scott. Here's the pain right here. They took him in, and I want to know the explanation. Going back to what you said about energy. They stuck needles in his ear, in his, in this area of his neck. The lady stuck needles in his foot. There were several needles kind of right there. Let's see. Oh, in his hand. Right? Now, if you're a doctor, or if you're a mechanic for your car, does that make any sense at all? You have pain here, and you're going to deal with it. It's like your battery's dead, and you're going to deal with the carburetor. That doesn't make any sense. So, go ahead.
Aren't they pressure points? Like there's certain pressure points in your body that connect like to other parts of your body, and they affect.
Connect how? Not nerves.
Well, I kind of think of it like lightning when you get struck. Well, not that you get struck by lightning, but when you get struck by lightning, it comes in one way and has to go out the other. It's like, because my husband had electro acupuncture done, so I'm the person who handle it. But I just think of it like there's whatever comes in has to be able to still go out.
Yeah, it does. It does. So hold on to that thought. So Scott had this done to him. And I was pretty skeptical. I was like, I mean, this was in 1994. 4-ish. But I was so intrigued. What are you doing, sticking needles all over in these other places? He's got the problem's here in his head. Or in your case, it was your back. Yours was your back also. But you said they stuck needles where? In your hand, right?
Right here by my thumb.
Right. That doesn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense to me from a medical model oriented point of view. Maybe the electrical system, maybe the nervous system, but we've mapped out the nervous system, and when you have a problem with the nervous system, you deal with the nervous system where the problem is. If you have, right, you don't deal with the nervous system here if the problem with the nervous system is here.
Pain can be directed in different areas of the body.
Sure. Yeah.
So if they're placing it on the foot and it connects or communicates in other places, it can be manifested in other parts of the body.
Yeah. So let's explore this a little. And a possible explanation for that. That's what I wanted, was an explanation. So Scott, after he had, and I don't remember if it was just 1 or 2 or 3 times, I don't remember, but his cluster headaches went away. Gone. And I talked to him and I say, yeah, they'll come back. Pretty sure they'll come back. Never did. Never came back. And he'd tried everything. And I thought, I got to learn about this. This was new to me. I got to learn what's going on, because nothing that I understand at that point could explain how you can put a needle here and it helps here.